Now, in the Free State, I had this discord. The then Premier is Mahashu. And typical of him, he wanted to see, as he did with many others, you struggle and go down without helping. I stayed for the 3 years after 2014 with nothing, until there were resistance among some of the members of his provincial executive committee, because I was sitting there in Tuan, who began to say, no, you must allow something for that man. And when the opportunity came by advertiser for ambassadorships throughout the world, I was called by the secretary of ECI to say, they say, maybe you should apply. Yeah, the positions. And the chief, meaning the premier, is also open for you to apply. And then he will talk to you. I talked to him after a day or two. And then he encouraged, no, apply. And then I applied. I went there, I trained. And then I was then deployed to Singapore. The important thing about Singapore deployment is that it is this prestigious deployment within
since 1999 and 2001, all appointed as MEC was safety and security in the province. And 2005, 2007, I think about education and as well issue agriculture. You served 3 portfolios, which is safety and security, MEC education, and MEC agriculture. How was the experience? Because I can see you served the one under Wingidi Reko and the other one you served it under Petit Smashoff. Mm-hmm. So how was the experience serving those portfolios under those leaders? How was the experience?
It was different. I think Beatrice Mashov, if I have to talk about it at some stage, I think she tried her best.
It's a new premier. What is, if I compare the difference between these 2 premiers in terms of their leadership? Ogaring Beatrice Mashov and Winky Direk. If also, I don't want to say compare them in a way, but in terms of leadership style, what can we say? How so differentiate between the 2 leadership styles? As you worked under them.
Yeah, within that gap, before Keba MEC 2005, I also became the chief whip of the ANC within the legislature. Mare Memashov, Kiana atlisitseng ntwena ya hore no re batho re lo hlalosetsa batho hore o etsahala. She was committed to it, and ona se committed to it o lo ba mamela fela. Hana khutla mono ona le ntho tse itseng, ona khutlela mo kabineteng ya hae kapa executive councileng ya hae. I can't know when I shebana in tweeting, when I shebana in tweeting, it was a positive engagement, Lebatos. And the members of, I don't think she has been part of corruption, because I remember the last meeting in in 2007 before Alo defeatwa kwa Polokwane. She called it because she was really committed to President Beki because of the values which President Beki upholds. And I remember that on that day, I was the chairperson of the proceedings when Mbeki came to address us there. So, wabona hore nana ke motho a na sa rate corruption. Mara o na rata mosebetsi. And then, why ke tjho jwana? O na sa kentse ntate o mong hore e be yena head ya agriculture politically in the province. After a few months, a bona motho ona kentse letsogo mo dikgomong a fana le ka dikgomo di into tse ka ntseng yaba wa mo tlosa o re ntate Mokitlane come and take over. That's the difference with yena. And then ha ka ba dula nako e telele a bona hore no ho na le problem mo education. No ntse o fumana bo 50 something 60 something bo 64% there, I think. Aban lata ka no tlo ke ho tloa ka kgwedi
because ke a bona o la re shafola a o tlo ka 27 a o tlosa o agriculture with education exactly. Up until 2009.
Yeah. You know. And the result go no 2009 had he announced a matriculants. I had got 70.6 for the first time to make government in the Free State. And then if I go back to Winky Direko, who appointed me in 1999 as you say, in 2001. One of the other things, because I hate corruption, I suspended hate Yamaponesa. And then Winky brought him back.
While you were still there?
I get a suspender with the powers that they sendily devolved to the MECs. I was using those powers. He said, no, I'm retaining this person and I'm taking all the powers. Say in terms of the Public Service Commission, Elenzaka, Maredine di devolve before. Yeah, so it was not a nice experience. Utile I Tate Mokitlane. Wena le ana Buthelezi le Tate Makwe. Ho tekele suspend. Sorry, ho tekele ntshebo MEC. And you know what? My difficulty I have to carry out the instruction I give you. And I must actually say, keep me wink. It's difficult for me because you are the only MEC. Okay, before we go to the Executive Council meeting, you'd have read everything, input more on the agenda. I will miss you, but I can't do anything. But it was also not true because in nearly factional 70 stations. So Mashov was a different personality, a different premier. It's unfortunate that age catches us. And she couldn't live forever, but she was good, I must say. And then she was not factional. When she doesn't agree with you, she doesn't agree. Digress more.
Yes, I wanted to check the experience. How legislation since 1999 up until 2009. How was it? In the experience, how sebetsa le leaders, the ANC and the community at large. I just want to check the experience. That's how we the portfolio of MEC will come to that one. But the experience since 99 up until 2009, how was it? Honono jwa sebetsa legislature. Did those leaders?
Oh, it was I must say it was very interesting because at that time, many of the people were still not yet defocused from the real issues, the liberation, to the issues, the corruption. They were really for this. Sometimes it might not have been that they knew substantively what they are doing. Like some of us who have had years of political education in Robben Island and other places. But it was very interesting for the first years. But in 2009, you say up until 2009, by that time, I had realized the anomalies in the course of the struggle. I had realized them. Or people baba haba genuine. People baba tawi pepper. And bablela batho maka. That's why a process of rebellion ile akala hunga place around those periods from 2005. Sorry, not 2005. Yeah,
2009.
Yeah, 2007. Yeah, 2007. Process of rebellion began to creep in me because batho ba ne ba ja tšhelete ya mmuso, re patala dibese tse sa sebetseng, re patala di-taxi tse sa sebetseng, and all that. And then that's why ka 2007 I was still part of this honest.
And you were arrested and you went to Robben Island. Ekaba how no ya Robben Island and that work. We didn't na kwe kai. Ko Robben Island na kwe. O spendile na kwe kai and Robben Island ibile jwang wena. Kinto tse fintse o ithutile tsona. How no le Robben Island.
Musumbe, I have to say hore kile nako elekanang le lemo tse hlano. Robben Island charge yaga inele ya sabotage. Robben Island haraya moon kine nahana hore ke tronko e hlabosang hobane ne ke tseba hore ho na le baetapele ba hlomphuwang ke lefatshe ba kwaletsweng moo. So ha ke ya mono ka 1976 solidarity struggle saka as a teacher in training, I understood I'm going to have a life e betere ho feta trongo tene ntse ke ditsamaya tsa bo Bethlehem tsa bo Kronstadt. But I was disappointed to find Robben Island, even the food which I ate at the prison, some other prisons, including the one in Cape Town, first time. Yeah.
Before 13. Nearly 13. Yes. Into state witnesses.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ekaba wa tseba gona ne ba babedi ba ile ba thena against lona o la nna kopana le bona ba ntse ba phela o na le idea gona no etsa etseng ka bona.
Yeah, the other one I had an idea and I even visited him in Natal mwana pelati hanze ke le university ya Zululand. I was told by some lecturer there that he knows the person. And the other one, well, anyway, fate would not let him leave. Haga khona go kopana le ena when I came back. Yeah, he passed on. But I would not have held a grudge against them because the system at that time would subject you to such torture and beatings that you can't say everybody will be able to resist that. Many of the people, including those in fact who carried weapons in order to liberate us, were subjected to such torture. Uno keke why mamela ke hopola one guy Linda, he was from Soweto, ke battalion ya rona ya 1976. O tlile ka tronko ba mo robile meno ka tang. Hore a bue and all that. Even the liberation movement in the form of the ANC, in a era, we understand or no, not everybody will be able to resist, but you must resist enough to allow other people, bao sebetsang le bona, if you are in one cell, ba kgone ho baleha. And then maybe when you break, at the time they will be far.
And
some
the other thing,
outside the country.
you worked so hard for the
That's
African
how
National Congress. What made you to leave the organization in 2009 and join the Congress of the People? So what was the main reason? Because you went to Robben Island, you were work underground, and you worked for the organization so hard, but you decided that 2009 to say, you know what, I'm tired now. I no longer want to be part and a member of the African National Congress. You joined the Congress of the People. What made you to leave the organization that you worked so hard for, and you joined the Congress of the People? What made you to leave the ANC and join the Congress of the People?
Simply put, it was the levels of corruption which I saw emerging. I said I will not be part of this. I knew that I could control myself, but I never knew that in the struggle to liberate our people, we were going to steal, as it was apparent. A number of things, including in my own department, education. I had actually asked the Premier Mashov, who agreed to commission a forensic report in education. That forensic report. And then I don't know what it found out. So I said, no, let me leave this thing. I don't entertain corruption. I went home to Kwatwa to win. So I guess I get some more ANC. I didn't go straight to go and join COPE. He meets with me and say, no, you can't do that. You must come to this organization. It has got a lot of people who are dissatisfied with the way the ANC does things at the present moment. And some of them are people substantially who have contributed to the struggle. So, join. That's how I joined them.
But you left them. You served, I think, for 5 years. 2014, you rejoined the African National Congress. What happened? What made you to rejoin the African National Congress again?
Yeah, The thing is that ideas ha di a hlongwa hlong ya motho a le mong. You can't, because how etsa jwalo ko o nahana di hlongwe hlong ya hao, you are going to be a dictator. So I like throughout my life, Ntate Lekota, he was eloquent, very convincing, very passionate about the struggle. But over time, when he thought that now he's a Kiena fail, and then on this particular day, he was even refusing me to speak as a national leader, Jacob, in a meeting of the National Executive Committee. Jacob. And then this, coupled with the rift in a little pakenta disdraw, unending, which actually stifled the growth, but eventually the minister, Mashabane, had to intervene to say, man, leave him. If there is anything wrong, we will bring him back.